Well, here we are. I'm really bad about the chicken wings. I turned my resignation in. I told you changes were coming, and it just didn't come. This truck that I'm leaning up against has been a project. It's been off the road since 2022, and I can't get anything done. I can't work on this, I can't work on the trucks over there. It's just constant. There's been no time off. I had to work holidays and birthdays, and we went on family trips and had to turn around and come back, and it was just on and on. And I tried to talk to him about it a little bit, and honestly, it didn't seem to be going anywhere. So I'm not going to say they said no or whatever, but the conversations just weren't going in the direction that I needed them to go. So I gave them my resignation. I'm not 100% sure because there was no hard date given. I think Thursday was probably my last day. Today's Saturday. I'm gonna go back to work for myself. I'm gonna start recording what I'm doing. I'm gonna start getting back to my projects and the things that I want to do. I'm tired of spending my entire life doing things for a company and not having any time to do anything. And the cutest little hummingbird just landed in front of me, if that's not precious. He's cocking his head at me. It's kind of funny. So that's where we're at. So first thing we got to do is get the project truck fired up, get it out of the way. For those that don't know, the transmission only has first and second on this truck. It does have reverse, so it's reverse first and second. Hit a pothole, did a bunch of damage to the truck, and in that damage it ripped the output seal on the transmission, blew all the transmission fluid out. Nobody noticed it, never smoked or did anything. Just 2 days later it didn't have a transmission. So we'll get into more of this truck later on, but for right now I need to get it started up, moved out of the way, and get a friend's vehicle over here. Today's not going to be anything custom. It's just going to be a little bit of finishing up projects that need to be finished, like this thing. Yeah, I've got an enclosed trailer in my driveway that a tree fell on and wrapped up the tarp. Redneck life, yo. And excuse how filthy this thing is. It has been so bad that I hadn't even had time to wash my vehicles. So we're gonna get some stuff done. Changes are coming. I know it's not what I normally work on, but it's for a friend. Oh, okay, so it's a Honda 3.5, and the pump, Honda calls it something different. It's the VVT solenoid right here is leaking oil, and it's leaking oil down into the alternator, and the alternator has quit working. So we've got to put a gasket set on the VVT solenoid. We've got to put an alternator on it, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wash this motor and get it cleaned up so I can see what I'm working on. A massive pet peeve of mine is working on filthy, nasty, ugly motors. So let's get that cleaned up. We're just gonna do it right here on the trailer and make this thing a little more pleasant to work on. For those of you who are going to tell me that it's an engine, not a motor, I'm just gonna advise you to go Google that, ask Jeeves, if that's still a thing anymore, I don't know. Get a dictionary, go look it up. An engine is a type of motor, but a motor is not a type of engine. Anything that powers with a rotational turn is a motor. I don't know if you've looked at how a motor or an engine in a vehicle works. It spins a crank. It's rotational force. By the very description of it, an engine is a motor. Pretty simple. Stop being little justice warriors on the internet. Nobody cares. If you're wondering what I'm spraying on this motor, it was once made by Castrol. I don't know if it still is, but this is a product called Super Clean. You can buy it at Walmart. When it tells you to be careful not to get it on your skin, heed that warning. Don't be like me and have scars because you were laying down in it and burned both your arms. Scars are mostly gone. You can still see some of the pinkness over here. Don't play with it. This stuff is mean. Now, you may have different ideas of how you like to clean your motors. Personally, this is how I like to do it. I don't like to use pressure washers. I don't like to use a lot of pressure. I actually have hot water. I put it in a tap outside my house. So I have hot water from the water heater out here. And I can clean with it, low pressure. It does everything I need it to do. I just don't see a need in using a lot of pressure or really anything more than this. This works pretty well. Woo. That water is hot coming out of that thing. I better hold the rubber grip here. One downside of the Super Clean is if you let it sit on paint, it will eat the clear coat. So we're just gonna take some cold water and just rinse this thing off. See, you don't have to put an extensive amount of effort in. This is not a show truck, but the amount of oil and gunk that was on all these overflow bottles, the master cylinders for the brakes is white again. It doesn't take a lot of effort, just some good cleaner like Super Clean and some hot water. And there you go. Now I can work on this and not be jet black one second I take the first bolt out. See, plenty. And yes, I could get a brush, I could scrub this and make it really sharp and clean, but I don't have that kind of time today. I had it on a 2 amp triple charge all night. Let's see if that's gonna work. In case you're keeping track, that would be Andy 0 Reality 1. It didn't charge the battery at all last night. Ta-da! You made it. Come here. Hondas knew these vehicles were going to be problems. Look at this. You can put it in a low position. You can put it in a high position. Or the get out of my way, I don't have time for you position. I don't like this position. I don't know the first thing. Why did you let it go? I love how you other YouTubers just grab a wire and pull it right off. Only thing I can figure is y'all are faking it. Y'all are taking everything loose in advance. This wires never just come off. That worked. Sorry. I wish you could see more of what I was doing, but I can't seem to get you any closer. So I've got to get this wire to the coils off the bracket here and get the bracket out of the way. And every video that I've seen does not show it made this way. So, yay! Nope. We need a weeble wobble. I need better tools. Ouch! I don't know what the torque spec is of these bolts, but I'm pretty sure it's way more than what it was supposed to be. Hello, friend. Tell me what I'm missing. So, another 10. Before we close the day out, see if I can make my pickup shine again.